Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Finding Strength. I'm down here at Tysons Playground again with Barry Perkins of Edge 2.0 Strongman program at Tysons Playground in Vienna, Virginia. Barry, how you doing today?
Doing well.
So how long have you been down at Tysons and doing the Edge stuff?
The Edge has been around sort of officially about 7 years, but I joined Ken back in, I believe it was 2014. We moved here that December, and we've been here ever since. Ken was right next door to the facility I was at before, and they were moving, and I went to Ken, and Ken's like, come on down. And so we moved in with Ken, and he's put up with the strongman thing, and he likes having us around because of the intensity that we bring in terms of our training. But it's been a very good relationship.
It's awesome. So tell me a little bit about your history with strongman, kind of when you got into it. I know you've been at it for a long time. You grew up with a lot of people, famous strongmen now. So give me a little bit about your history.
Just like anybody else, I've watched this on TV growing up, and one time fiddling through the internet or something, I found a competition. It was Azalea Festival in Norfolk, Virginia. So that was my first competition. I think it was 2003, 2004-ish, and I got hooked on it. And some of the mentors and people that I learned from were now what we call the old school guys, Carl Gillinghams, Mark Kashishans, Chad Coy, Brian Neese. Those guys is who I learned from. And through them, I got to meet other people and learn techniques and learn their skills through that. And I just sort of just traveled around doing the contest. It was a great hobby. I call it a hobby. It's a passion. Some people say it's more than that to me, but I really like it. And I think, as everyone says, and you hear people say all the time, it's the community that is the biggest piece.
Yeah.
People are drawn to this. You're screaming at a guy to get the last Atlas stone, even though he might beat you. He's going to beat you if he does it. But it's the competitive spirit. But it's also you against the event as much as it is you against each other. So I've been doing it a while, and I trained out of my house for a while on Water's Edge Lane, and that's how the Edge came about. And I moved from there and realized I needed a place to start training out of, and it kind of grew from there. And we've got a spectacular facility now. All these young guys coming up, young guys and girls. We have mostly women now training with us, but I call them the kids. They're growing, they're loving the sport as well, and carrying on that same tradition. And again, that community and the social aspect of strongman is what people are drawn to a lot.
You're obviously running the programs here. Kind of what's your philosophy when it comes to training strongman, and what could somebody who's new to strongman coming in to work with you expect?
I think the biggest thing, and I had mentioned it before, is that you can't come in here with a predisposition of how much you can lift or how strong you are or what your capabilities are. You have to have an open mind about it. And I hope, and it seems like I'm able to do that with people in terms of their training, getting them to do stuff, and they turn around like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. But overall, strongman as a whole is scalable. We have Atlas stones from 75 to 530. We have a yoke from 160 to put as much weight on it as you want. So anyone can do it. You have to understand that when you come in here, that you're not going to be lifting a 535-pound stone, but you could, theoretically. So you just need to find that spot and not be afraid to try. The biggest thing is don't be afraid to try. And women are different than men in terms of coaching. Women don't care. They want to try anything and everything. Men, on the other hand, sometimes they don't want to lift something because they might fail, because they have egos and they don't want to fail. But women are just like, I'll try it. So having that mentality of just wanting to try it and learning to fail, because I guarantee you, I don't care who you are, you're going to fail eventually, and you're going to get beat. And that's part of the training, part of the learning is having a bad event during a competition, or being beat, or failing.
Yeah, no, definitely. And it's good to see the growth of women in strongman. And it's getting kind of crazy how strong they're getting too.
It is.
A lot of the lightweight women are beating the lightweight men, and it's. So where do you've been in this sport for a long time. Where do you see the future of the sport going? Or what do you hope the future of the sport?
You know, I'm a realist in some instances in terms of, is it going to turn into a CrossFit? I don't think so. But are you going to start seeing more and more events and strongman movements in gyms and CrossFit gyms and regular gyms? You're already seeing that little half-tire flip thing.
Yeah.
You're already seeing logs and axles. So I think as a whole, it's not going to grow into this ginormous CrossFit sport, but I think it's going to infect a lot of different strength and fitness arenas.
Yeah.
I think it will. I think in part because, you know, it's different. It's very different. Olympic weightlifting, you have 2 lifts.
Yeah.
You can program for it, you can get everything done, but I have, you know, today we had probably 11 women in. They're all training for 4 different contests.
Yeah.
With different events. So it's kind of hard to even set down programming as a whole for them. So, you know, I think the future of it, I can see it infecting a lot of other sports and other arenas and fitness arenas.
Yeah.
But I don't think you'll find like just a strongman gym somewhere.
I think they're starting to pop up a little bit more. A lot of them I've noticed since I've been around. It's not 100% strongman, but like I would say like Mills, Lightning Fitness up Matt Mills is focused on strongman, but they do have the powerlifters, bodybuilders. But I think eventually we can get to that point. But no, you never know. We're still young. And
Yes.
I think that's a big thing that a lot of new guys don't understand is it's been going on for a while, but the actual idea of it, like as a sport where there's this community, is relatively young.
And you're right. And I think what is one of the bigger pieces that I'm seeing that has helped is the women in the sport.
Yeah.
I think, first of all, women love challenging themselves. They love to be able to feel empowered and do those things more so than a guy would. And they are the ones that's making the sport grow. I mean, I'll have one of the ladies come in and she starts training with me. Next thing you know, she brings 2 of her friends and they're like, oh my goodness, I love this. And so I think that's one of the biggest pieces of allowing the sport to grow even more, because the women will make it to the point where you can have a gym that's just strongman.
Yeah.
Or strongman, I would say, focus heavily on strongman, and then have some gym memberships.
Yeah, have some gym memberships on the side. What would you say, speaking of growing the sport, what's the biggest mistake you see a lot of beginners, besides the ego thing, just training wise, what would you say some of the biggest mistakes that?
I think the anticipation of how quickly they can succeed, the mindset of I need to grow stronger before I do a contest, I need to be first place in order to progress. You have to compete. No matter what, if you just started doing strongman, you need to compete. It's part of the training.
Yeah.
It trains your mind, your body. It tells you when to eat, how to eat, when to warm up, how to warm up. Failing an event on the first event out of 5, can you pull
another skill?
Yeah. Can you pull your head up and move on? You got 4 more events. Do you have the ability to do that? Oh, in training I did this so many reps, I zeroed it. You move on to the next. I think that's the biggest mistake, is thinking that I need to get stronger to compete. I need to get stronger to try strongman.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest mistake. You need to get in and start training, start competing, find a good crew, find a good teacher, a mentor, and progress. And in terms of programming, there's so many people out there that are good that they can help you with programming.
Yeah.
There's a lot of resources. And I think that's just, you need to get those resources, and you need to just get out there and train.
Yeah, I think that's a big mistake, is that people, they don't realize that competing in itself is a skill.
Yes.
It's something that you have to learn and hone, just like a log press.
Yeah.
And then I think once you're comfortable with competing, and you start getting those higher levels, then you kind of can draw it back a little bit so you're not destroying your body. But at that first beginning level, I think guys, you need to be competing enough to where you're building that skill up, and you're learning how to take attempts, you're learning how to warm up, and then also relax.
Yes. Not be nerved up when you go in there, because that's the biggest thing, is you get so nerved up about bombing an event that you can't focus on the event. And doing competitions, and I always say, the guys and stuff always say it, It's a good training day.
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing this on a Saturday anyway. It's like that competition I told you that I just did, Kyle Bixler's contest,
Yeah.
at a drop of a hat. I'm going to be doing those things anyway on a Saturday.
Yeah.
So let's just go out and do it under those circumstances, and it's a good training day.
Yeah.
And not be afraid to fail.
Yeah. Just test stuff out and
Yeah.
see. You have anything else you want to get out there? I mean,
If you're ever in the DC metro area,
yeah, it's if you want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Google me.
Google.
Barry Von Perkins.
You need to make a shirt that says that. Google me. I think there is one,
But no, you can Google the Edge Strongman or Strongman Virginia, Strongman DC, Tysons. You can get through Tysons. So with the power of Google, you can find me. Barry Von Perkins, like I say, you can Google that as well. But we're next to a metro station. I have a lot of military that come through and they drop in, and they're down at the Pentagon, and they take the metro up here. So definitely if you're in the DC metro area and you want to get better at it, grow stronger.
I agree. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming by.
No problem. And guys, remember, make sure check the information below. If you want me to come, to a gym or visit a certain athlete or coach, interview them, shoot me an email, and hopefully I'll see you out on the road. Thanks.